Welcome back to Halftime Report. Just a quick word on how the markets have shaped up. It is still flat to marginally in the green at this point in time, but you must look at the Bank Nifty. That's the index that's literally shouldering the burden of keeping the indices in the green. Otherwise, there were goodish number of red stocks. In fact, if you look at the advanced declines, it's 5 stocks in the red to 8 in the green. So it's not a very big advantage that the advancing stocks enjoy. But in terms of weighty stocks that are in the red, Bharti Airtel 3% down, HUL 3% down, Idea, okay, not weighty, TCS 1.8% down. So there are a lot of weighty stocks in the red. But to counter that, you have the Bank of Baroda's and you have, of course, Reliance Core India as well, but a lot of banking stocks like HDFC Bank, which are giving weight to the Bank Nifty and thus pulling up the index up. Well, we have an interesting set of companies on our radar at this point in time. Om Metals and SPML Infra. The joint venture of both these companies has secured a contract from the Madhya Pradesh government to start the development of the main infrastructure for the state's first smart city. The smart city is called Vikram Udyog Puri and it's located near Ujjain. Vikas, the Executive Director and President of Om Metals Infra Projects, is joining us here in the studio, and in a minute we will have Rishabh Sethi, the CEO of SPML Infra, also joining us on the phone line from Delhi. Well, Vikas and if Rishabh, if you are tuned in, good afternoon to both of you. Well, Vikas, first up, how much money is this contract? How long? And what will you make in terms of money?
So this is the value of the contract is 325 crores and the duration to be executed is 36 months. So basically it's an EPC contract and essentially what it means is that we are supposed to design engineering, do detailed engineering and then do construction and commissioning of all the external and internal infrastructural works for this city, for this smart city.
So you will make what, 10%?
The gross margin will be over 10%, so anywhere between 13-14%.
What should we net out if you say gross margin is 13%?
Net margins should be close to about 10%.
Okay. Would you need to raise any money to execute this order?
No, we won't need to. This, since as I said that this is an EPC contract, so we won't need to. Basically, all we'll be utilizing is going to be the working capital limits, which we already have. So we won't need any additional working capital limits from within our existing resources.
Rishabh, to get you, good afternoon, welcome to the show. What's the responsibility in terms of land acquisition and all other permissions? Is your headache just construction, no other permissions, or is the land also your headache?
No, actually this project becomes part of the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, and the entire land has already been acquired by the government department Vikram Udyog Puri. So our project only involves the design, engineering, construction of the infrastructure which will be required for this smart city in the future.
Okay. And by when can investors expect, or by when can we expect that you might start seeing returns from this project?
We will be starting this, again this is one of the top priority projects of the current central as well as state government. So from Q2 itself we will start seeing some work happening, and then over the next 2.5 years. Okay.
Now Vikas, what is the listed Om Metals getting out of this? If it is 326 crores over 3 years and you are making 10%, basically you are making around 33 crores over 3 years. And you get only half of that?
Net.
So the listed Om Metals will get about half of that over 3 years. Is that how we should understand?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Are you expecting to get more orders from this?
So this is only a starting point. I mean, we all know that there's a huge focus, very deep focus on development of smart cities, and there are around 100 smart cities that are going to be developed over the next few years. This being our first project, there will be a lot of learning and there will be a lot of experience from this project, and then of course there will be several more coming in. The government of India's target is to award at least 10 smart city projects in this year and this financial year, and then of course 20 in the next year, and then 20 later. So we hope to add more and more orders going forward.
Rishabh, will the JV be bidding for further orders, and how many bidders were there for this particular order, if you could tell us?
Yeah, the joint venture having a common set of experience will definitely bidding for future orders as well. there were about 5 bidders in this project, which included L&T, Shapoorji Pallonji, PNC Infrastructure, and one more which I'm not sure of, but yeah. So, but these are basically large infrastructure companies who are participating in such projects.
Okay, in that case, Vikas, last year I understand you have made about 30 crore as net profit. Do you make an extra 5 crore because of this in the current year?
This year our revenues, we may not see a lot of revenues coming in the next quarter, but yeah, certainly in this financial year we'll see at least 10 to 15% revenues coming in from this project itself of the total contract value. So yeah, you could see around that amount coming in.
What kind of revenue growth are you expecting otherwise?
We are expecting, so our current outstanding order book is close to about 750 crores, which is to be executed over the next 3 years. So we do see a significant jump from our current, from FY15 revenues to FY16 revenues.
Will you get back to even last year's 300 crore and the previous year's 370
Yes,
crore?
certainly. I mean, there was a...
No, this year how much? FY16 can take you to 300 crore?
A little close to that, yeah, a little over that number.
Okay. Rishabh, one of the questions I asked to Vikas is also to you. I mean, they are only looking at extending their working capital for this project. Would you need to raise any money for the execution of this?
No, it's similar. As I said, the project has payment conditions which allows us to fund the project through its accruals, and with working capital limits as currently SPML has, should be okay to execute this project as well, and it's part of our overall order book.
Okay. Well, Vikas, who gave the name Vikram Udyog Puri? I mean, smart city, yaar. Why Vikram Udyog Puri?
That's a central government has this corporation called Delhi Mumbai Industrial Development Corporation, and this is an SPV which has been created by the MICC under it. So I guess I'm sure this is more to do with the local area, which is why they named it Vikram.
Okay, I can't hold you two responsible.
Certainly not, not us.
All right, Rishabh, Vikas, thank you very much for joining us with your take on this big order that's coming your way. We have to take a break on that note, but coming up, we